Scarlet Witch, issue number 4. That's right, folks. We're going strong in this book still, and we're kind of wrapping up this one specific area of the story. Which makes sense. Like, we've been playing with this character for like 8 issues now, because this character, the Griever at the end of things, of all things, the Griever at the end of all things, she was like the antagonist in the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver book, but she kind of showed up at the end of that. The wizard was like the actual main bad guy, but it's all been about her, and there's only so much you can get from this type of a villain. So let's wrap it up. How many more cosmic beings that exist beyond time and space do we need for Wanda to fight? You know, not much more. Especially after this, I don't know where you'd go from there, but we kind of set it up, which is kind of cool. It's nice to see this book is going to continue. Very exciting. So this issue opens up, and we're actually getting some fourth wall breakings from the Queen of Nevers. She is literally looking at the reader as she says this. She's like, yo, I guess Wanda's doing some cool stuff. Now it's set to imply that she's like talking to her other sisters, and it's like, this was my champion, you guys had your champion, they're doing like a fight, and the winner's going to be Scarlet Witch in the end. That's kind of how it's like set up to be established, but she's looking directly at the reader when she is saying that. So we know what the implication is. She's breaking the fourth wall to tell the reader, like, this is the Scarlet Witch. She can do no wrong. She's pretty cool. See what happens when somebody takes time to make a character who's very confusing into something special. Turns out it's possible. It could be messy and could still work. That's pretty cool to see, and we're doing that with this book. So this issue is the final battle between Wanda and the Griever. And it's just a big brawling fight. It's pretty cool. The artwork still looks great. The action looks great. And we have the entire like Scarlet Witch adjacent family doing some cool stuff. Quicksilver, Polaris, Darcy, and Hexfinder is here. They all get some good licks in. Wanda eventually takes her fight with the Griever to the moon, where she gets like a cool new, I don't know what you'd call this, like a space suit. Does Wanda need a space suit? Like, she's wearing a helmet. What I think is really cool about like her spacesuit when they go to the moon is like her hair gets like the weird energy flow that her new cape has become, so it stays true to the pattern. Looks really cool. This is sick. Like, why do we get so many great looks in this book? I don't understand. Like, it goes back to this thing I've been saying about this entire run. When you have people dedicated to making this character feel interesting and unique, you feel it on every single account, and that includes the designs. So Wanda like creates like a weird parasite hex that like crawls its way inside the Griever, and we see like the Queen of Nevers is watching like, ooh, this is fun. She's like really talented and stuff. They fight on the moon. Wanda is telepathically communicating with the others on the ground, and she has like a plan in place. She needs like Quicksilver to go to like a specific location, and she's gonna have him like run really fast around like a very interesting place. We don't know what that place is yet because it's in the mind. We're just like teasing it up, but she's worried that Pietro might not be able to do it. He's like, trust me, sis, I can handle it. So he leaves to go do that, leaving the ladies to fight the other creatures down below. Then Wanda takes the Griever to an abandoned town in Innsmouth, Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Sorry, I don't say that word a lot. I live in Canada. That does not come up often. I'm leaving it all in though, so you know I've never said that frequently. They're in an abandoned town, and the Griever seemingly gets the upper hand, breaking like a hex that Wanda built, like a spell that shouldn't be broken, but she breaks it, and she's like, yeah, I can break anything. I'm literally like one of the strongest beings in the world. I can do no wrong. So Wanda's creating like a certain spell, and then she breaks it again. And then the Griever creates a certain spell, and they break it. And basically what happened is the edge of reality, like this thing that you like the Griever can use to go from place to place, they both break it. So now the Griever's like essentially stuck here. Like, I don't care though. I'll kill you. I'll kill all reality. Like, you're useless to me now. You're going to die. It's that easy. And now that like the edge is broken, the Griever's like, well, I'm just going to improvise this. I'm going to do this out of pure spite and literally become a creature of hate to destroy you. It's no longer just like, for the greater good of the cosmos. I'm going to do it because I hate you, Wanda Maximoff. She's like, you're improvising? I don't know. I'd stick to the stuff you know. And like, astral projects through her body, which causes like some weird boils to form in her stomach. And she's like getting ready to like explode from her chest. Like Wanda put like a weird spell on like the Griever, and she's just like broken and destroying. And it's just Wanda just proving like you just got to use your magic. Everyone keeps underestimating me, but this is what I'm capable of. So what's Pietro doing? Well, he is in Antarctica, and he's talking to himself like, well, this is stupid. This is the dumbest thing I've done, but it might be the coolest thing I've ever done. Not fast enough. I can't believe my sister thinks I'm not fast enough. Of course I'm fast enough. Although my feet are bleeding and I might die from this. If I do die, I expect a really good eulogy. And better than what Hawkeye got, at least. So back in Innsmouth, you think it's over. You know, the Griever's down. She's going to be defeated. She's got a few tricks left in her, and Wanda's holding her own as best she can. That's when the surprise takes place. Wanda lied about doing the battle mano a mano, because in comes Pietro and just knees her in the chest super hard, breaking every spell she was doing, literally shattering her body. We see like pieces of her flesh molting off of her, being trapped in like random hexes that Wanda's building. So what's happening? I'll let you know, because they do explain it. Pietro and Wanda combine their powers to use like some weird time stuff, so no part of the Griever can escape this reality, but they're going to scatter it across times. Like parts of her essence are going to be scattered across times. Multiple pieces that will never be able to reconnect. She could probably pull herself back together, but it's going to take millions of years to do that. So gross. I mean, we just see her body ripping apart, being sent into different portals, and I'm like, this is crazy. What a cool use of all of their power, you know? Wanda ripping her apart, Pietro just using the not so speed force to break her apart even further. That's pretty cool. And then the Queen of Nevers is like, huh, I guess I won this round, sisters. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's awesome. Like, when it comes to like beating the big bad, that's always a very complicated issue to write, no matter what you're doing, because it's always eventually just comes down to who's stronger than who. You just get a little bit stronger, and now suddenly the villain's defeated. But this makes sense to me. They're not really like killing her or defeating her. They're just like, well, we'll just put every single part of her in a different time lot, and then we'll like move on with our lives, and maybe something good or something bad is going to come of that later. Who's to say? Probably nothing good's going to come of it. So that's how they win the day. That's how they defeat the Griever. It's pretty cool to me. The rest of the issue is just the denouement. We get the wrap up. Wanda just admitting that it's good to have help, and sometimes you shouldn't do things alone, which is exactly what she should be doing, and it works really well for her. Hexfinder's like, look, we're not friends. I did this for the sake of Earth because, you know, I know you're a threat to Earth, but there needs to be an Earth for me to, like, protect, even if you're not in it. So I'll give you a warning this time. You have a head start. I'm not joining your team. That was my prediction. Hexfinder's going to go off onto her own, do her own thing. Maybe appear in a Midnight Suns book. That'd be kind of cool, or something else. Fun character that I like. And then we get another sequence. We're back in Lotkil, and the siblings are all just sitting down, eating, having a good time. It's like, yeah, this is great. Look at us. Magneto sucks, doesn't he? Lorna's kind of like, well, he's my father, and I do owe him a lot, and we all owe him a lot in some confusing manners, but he was wrong for what he said about you, Pietro. You obviously deserve to live. You deserve life. You're an interesting enough character that you should live forever. So that's cool. I mean, you guys are better off without me, probably. Like, it's not Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and Polaris. I got, like, X-Men stuff to deal with over there, but always great to see you, kids. I'll return if you need me again, but probably not. And Pietro's like, oh, talking about the third wheel over here. He's like, well, come on, we're not really related, but she's just like our sister somehow. You know how it goes. Our history is more complicated than anything could ever be, and ain't that the truth? A super complicated history, but they did it. They won. They saved the day. Everything is back to normal. Pietro might be sticking around. Who knows? He'll probably appear in the book some more. I mean, he's good at it. He's good in this book. Where else is he going to be? not doing anything for the Avengers. Or was he on that new Avengers lineup they showed? I don't think he was, though. It's cool. Wanda's okay. Her heart feels lightened. Everything's good. She saved everything. Look at us. This almost feels like the wrap-up of, like, all the Steve Orlando stuff, where it's like, this is everything. Everyone's telling me, like, I need help, and they were right. I did need help. I found it. I have family. I have friends. I have security in ways I never thought I did before. It's always good to have help. Wanda learned a lesson. But your heart feels a little lighter. And that's when Wanda's like, my heart. Yes, my heart. Wait, my heart. There's something about my heart. Something feels off. It's not right. It's missing. And then she, like, I guess, goes into her heart. And that's when she finds that Chthon has escaped. Yeah, Chthon is out, everybody. He escaped from Wanda. Where is he? Who knows? Was it when she died probably that he escaped? Most likely. But guess what? We're doing something with Chthon now, which is exactly what we should have been doing, because that's a character that should do more stuff since the movies talked about him once for a minute somewhere. It's kind of cool. I like a good end reveal. We've done, like, how many issues? I think it's been 14 issues without using Chthon. Now he's out. What is that going to set us up? You'd think that'd be the story for the next issue, but no, we're doing a Daredevil issue next time. That's cool, too. That's cool, too. I really dig it. We're having so much fun. Continues to look incredible. A really good wrap-up to this arc. I can't wait to see what's next. This is just great. So much fun, and it's just really lighthearted and interesting. This is how you do it. This is how you should do Scarlet Witch. I mean, you had to have this idea, and somebody did, and it worked for the character. Sometimes that's all it takes is one good pitch, and that's how you literally change a character in comic books forever. And that's what this did. So, Scarlet Witch, issue number 4. I am going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.